Welcome to another Drawsteel FAQ, Victories and Power Creep. The way Drawsteel manages and controls power and progression is using victories. The more victories you have when you get into an encounter, the higher your heroic resource is and the more power and options you have from the start. You get victories from completing combat encounters based on the difficulty. 1 for a decent encounter, 2 for a hard one, and even 3 for an extremely dangerous one. There is no strictly easy encounters, one that generates no victories, because what's the point? You don't need the XP because it doesn't count if it's not interesting enough. When you decide to end your adventuring day and take a proper rest, a respite, all your victories convert to XP and that is when your character could level up. But what about victories outside of combat? Should you give the players victories when they are not using their powers and putting themselves in danger? But what if they succeed on a dangerous montage or negotiate a difficult NPC to their cause? Shouldn't they get a victory for that? Well, for good or for ill, it's up to you, the director. The game rules have nothing specific about gaining victories outside of combat. Nothing except a suggestion that you give some victories for non-combat activities, that it's a good thing. But you still need to make director considerations. It's up to you to decide whether the negotiation was really that tough or that important, whether that montage was such a deciding factor in the adventure's progression. A good counterpoint to consider is that if they failed that montage or flubbed that negotiation, would the consequences be severe enough? Will it cost the hero's resources or dampen their progression? Of course, that means you have to consider that by giving the players that extra victory or two will mean that they are more powerful in the next encounter. They will gain more XP when they rest, maybe pushing them into the next level to gain another ability. In the end, it's always up to you, the director. You design the encounters, so you decide what they're worth. I hope this helps. Ask more questions, stay good, and have fun.